I've spent a fair bit of time on this burner can, and now I'm putting the reducer in that goes from the round into the actual turbo itself. That's where it goes into the turbocharger exhaust inlet. And that's the flame tube that goes inside of there. When I weld around here now, I've got some quite big gaps, and this is stainless steel. If I just welded this, it would look alright on the outside, but in the inside it would oxidise and it would be covered in what they call dingleberries, like oxidised stainless. So what we need to do is put a separate organ feed in to purge it, or back purge it. So I've got a tube here connected to an organ regulator. I'm going to put a little wisp of organ into here as I weld it, just to back purge it. It doesn't take a great deal, 4 or 5 cubic litres a minute, that's all it takes. Now we can safely weld around there. This combustor can's come along quite well now. The flame tube's more or less finished. That transition piece is all welded up. Now we need to connect this part here, which is the compressed air outlet from the turbocharger. And you probably want this burner can at the end there with a little bit of an angle like that, so it kind of induces swirl. I need to join it to there. I'm going to make an aluminium piece to go in there. I'll probably weld it in, and it'll go down or reduce down to that diameter there. The inside diameter of that just about the same as the inside diameter of that. You've got to try and keep things the same diameter. I've got some silicone holes there, so that will be used to join it onto there. So we'll find a piece of aluminium bar, make that piece for there, then I can join some stainless tube on and play around and see how I'm going to go about putting a hole in and getting this compressor inlet pipe into this combustor can. See, it's all coming together quite nicely now. It's more or less finished inside of there. And the flame tube fits in quite nicely. I've removed the housing off the turbocharger and the damper all up the phone there. That's 50mm. Be really careful that I don't damage that face there. See, there's no damage at all. There's been no contact between the turbine blade, the compressor blade and the housing. So it's 50mm. The depth of that is 20mm. It's a suitable bar here, it's definitely an adapter inside of there. A little bit of jaw sticking out of the chuck. There's only one actual part of the screw or the locking part. I'm not worried about that, that's safe enough. All you've got to worry about is the sharp edge going around. You don't want to get stuck in there. Nice material. B150, and that's 57. Every time I clean the lid, I'm going to machine some aluminium. Look at that bastard getting wrapped around that chuck. Horrible stuff. Because I've slowed the speed rate down, that's why the chips have stopped breaking. Right, so I want this turned down to 1.5 inches, which is the same diameter as that tube. I've set the 0 on the DRO, that's where the 20mm bit ends. I left a little lip on there so when the hose clip goes on it's going to hold the tube on. I'm going to turn it around now and hold it by here and part that off before I drill the hole in, just to stop wasting that slug of aluminium, that's all. This is a WD-40 type of spray, which is, oh you bastard, which is very similar to kerosene, which is good lubricant for cutting aluminium. Doesn't want to play really. What happens is the chip actually sticks to the tool, welded itself to the tool, and then it stops cutting and it bites and it snaps the tip off, which you don't really want to happen. It doesn't give much warning before it happens. There's a little bit there, that's all you get. There is special tips for cutting aluminium, haven't got any. I don't know if a slower speed may help this or make it worse, I'm not sure. Right, that's enough. I'm finishing up with a hacksaw, as long as you put the bed protector in. got just enough boring tool sticking out the tool hole that to do the job. Overhang is the worst possible thing you can have when you're machining. That's a slower feed rate and it's actually worse. As far as chatter goes. There's a little bit of aluminium build up on the end, past that thing. Just a little, that's all it takes. Get a better finish than that. That's a lot better. Doesn't make any difference, but we might as well have a nice finish in there. Motor the compressor housing back on, you can see it moves basically anywhere you want. And what I want to do is make the air go in up here somewhere in an angle so it creates swirl. So sort of something like that. So I need a hole cutting in here, mark it, put a round hole first, and then once I've got the round hole in we can kind of just use a die grinder to make it the shape I want. That's 1.5 inch tube, so I'll probably drill the 1 inch hole in there first and then go from there. That's going to work out quite nicely. So the air goes in that end, which is the primary zone, and there you have primary holes, and I think that's a territory or secondary. And then you had dilution holes in there, and we've got room, it'll probably end up with more holes in there. Right, so we'll cut as I've got and try and get a hole into that. Stainless steel is horrible stuff to work with, but we'll give it a try. One thing you must do with stainless steel is try not to let it get too hot. Once it gets hot, it works hardens, and you have a hell of a job of doing anything at all with it. This is good stuff. Not much happening there really, is there? Right, I've got some cheap and cheery Banggood roll cutters here. Give them a try. These are surprisingly good, how well they do work, or the cost of them. See, I just want to get a hole in, the starting point, and then the die grind. I'll do the job quite nicely after that. Oh dear God. Right, we're just about there, I think. Done its job. If these cutters do one hole, they've paid for themselves. Right, so we've got a hole in there now. Right, it's starting to look apart now. That'll be trimmed off once it's welded. What I'll do, I'll tack it in place, and I'll put the end cover on and put an organ purge in it to weld it. The gaps aren't that bad, it's a reasonable fit. And that's the combustor nearly done. And it's basically the oil system to sort out, and it's not that far away actually. Basically I've got all the ports blanked off, that's blanked off, that's blanked off. I've got an organ feed running into the back of the combustor. And that's feeding pure organ in to chase all the oxygen out from the inside. That way, hopefully we're going to get a much better weld around here. Just give it a second or two for the organ to do its job and fill things up. And then we can carry on and weld it. The fit up's not perfect, but it's not bad. It should weld quite nicely. Look at you bastard. Using the gas lens means I can have that much stick out of the tungsten, so I can get in around the back of this flange here, because it's pretty tight. That is very tight. There's the last little bit to weld around here. All the way around now. A little bit there where it's been too hot, but not too bad really.